You think you know everything about tubes, right? You can watch things on them, you can take trips on them when you're drunk, and over in England, the t is pronounced ch. So you also know things about other cultures. So what about the Nitecore Tube, the amazing rechargeable keychain light from Nitecore with a variable output? You're like, that sounds awesome, man. I'd buy it for like $10 and available at, I don't know, Tech Tool Supply. While that's weirdly specific, you no longer have any excuses. So let's go over the basics. The tube uses a cool white LED and has a built-in lithium-ion rechargeable battery that you charge with a micro USB cord plugged into a power brick or computer USB port. So the tube has a variable output that allows you to adjust the light from 1 lumen all the way up to 45 lumens, which is plenty of light for tasks in the dark like reading, reenacting a scene from Murder, She Wrote, or shooting some B-roll for a flashlight review, like most people do, right? So using my DIY measuring device, here's what I found for the absolute lowest output the tube outputs, and then next the absolute highest mode the tube outputs. The tube outputs a fairly wide beam pattern, so it's nice and diffused. Here it is compared to 2 or 3 reflector-based keychain lights, so you can see the different type of beam the tube projects. It's ideal for close-up tasks where you need general illumination in your vicinity with a wide diffused beam. So let's say you leave it on high and you want to know how long that light runs and what to expect. I set my camera to manual and turned on the tube and let it run. It lasts a little longer than an hour on high, but starts to significantly dim around 50 minutes. Nitecore rates the tube to stay lit for 48 hours if you use it at its lowest 1 lumen output, and any brightness used in between will fall somewhere between the maximum output that I tested and the lowest output at 48 hours. Duh. Cool, so how do you operate it? To turn it on, press the button to start out in low. Okay, so now that it's on in low mode. Press and hold the button. It goes dark for a split second and slowly creeps up to full brightness. When you find the output you like, you release the button. And if you have trouble making decisions, the brightness ramp will start again from the beginning if you don't let it go. The tube doesn't have mode memory, so when you turn it off and back on, it's always in low mode, unless you made a real lame deal with the devil for it not to. The good news is, for those people who have a low bar as to what constitutes good news, is that there are 2 shortcut modes to get to high brightness. Double-click the light from any time off to get to 45 lumen high mode. Or maybe you just want momentary high mode. Press and hold the button for more than 1 second. It puts out 45 lumens until you release the button. One thing to note is that if you turn it on and turn it off again very quickly, it acts as a double click and will go to turbo. So chill out a little bit, man. You'll need to wait about a second after turning it on to turn it off. Okay, so what do you need to know about charging? When the light dims considerably, you'll need to recharge it. It takes about 2 hours for a full recharge if the battery is completely depleted. The blue charging indicator behind the button stays lit while it's charging and turns off when it's fully charged. The light is water resistant and dust proof to IP65 standards. If you don't know what that means, Google IP standards for a detailed explanation. That basically means light rain, but not full submersion. Seriously, Google it if you watch my reviews because I talk about IP rating often, and unless you want me to fully explain what the IP rating means every time, what do they say? The internet helps people who help themselves? I think that's the saying, right? The tube does have some high frequency PWM on the variable output modes, i.e. all the modes lower than high. High does not have PWM at all, and the PWM on lower modes is such a high frequency it's not really noticeable during use. Okay folks, this review was produced in conjunction with Tech Tool Supply and my Gear Review channel. Visit Michigan-based Tech Tool Supply on the web to purchase this light and other cool Nitecore flashlights, chargers, and batteries, plus all the other tools, supplies, and gear they offer for tech install people. And look out for my upcoming reviews of more Nitecore products Tech Tool Supply carries, and all the other videos I'll put out in the coming year that are just my own. Thanks for your support, and make sure you comment and like the video and subscribe to my channel so I can keep it up. Good day, sir.